Hi guys, so as you can see by the title, this is Therapist Deku. Friendly reminder, I don't know which apps to use, so please comment that in the comment section. So let's get into this. So, everything is the same except instead of All Might, he takes after Aizawa when he goes to the Cork Doctor. They test him, and when they take out the needle, his blood actually turns into leaves. Because his quirk is going to be basically Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas power. So if you know Sally, then she's able to re-sew all of her body parts on, and she can't feel pain, and she doesn't have organs and stuff like that. It's actually all leaves. But that's going to be different, because at first it's only going to be his blood and heart, lungs, organs, veins, and his skin, just like Sally's, is going to turn into actually fabric. So yeah. And at school he is still deemed, well, basically a Deku, because his quirk is useless. And they do refer to him as Deku, but Katsuki, instead of calling him Deku, calls him Ragdoll, because, I mean, that's what the bullies use him for. He is their ragdoll, their punching bag. And now his quirk matches it. So yeah, he is definitely ragdoll. So there is going to be a slight difference when they leave after beating him up. When he is 8, he just puts his leaves back in, and his quirk will heal the bruises, causing them to bully him more. And that actually goes on throughout since he's 4. And then when he's at the age of 8, they finished beating him up. He tried to get up, and he felt extremely sharp pain in both his legs. Looks down at them to see his leg bone is sticking out. At this sight, he passes out. Like, come on. You would pass out too if you saw your own bones. I mean, not all of them, because, I mean, my dad saw his arm bone and he didn't pass out, but my dad doesn't count because my dad's a psychopath. So, he passes out. 3 hours later, when he came to, he no longer saw his bone there. It was just a bunch of his leaves. And his leaves are like Sally's. They're like fall leaves. They're losing their color and going red, yellow. Some of them still have a little bit of green when they're inside of him. But as soon as when they're inside of him, they are green, but as soon as they touch air molecules, they turn brownish, reddish. So yeah. Kind of like how our blood is blue until it's exposed to oxygen, then it's red. So yeah, that's actually really cool. So he restuffed his legs. That sounds wrong, saying stuffed. He restuffed his legs. That really sounds wrong. If you think of something else to call it, please comment, because that sounds so wrong. And went home as normal. He said he had fallen, because he's not going to tell Inko that he's being bullied. He doesn't want to worry her. So he says that he had fallen off the stairs and broke his leg. So Inko takes him to the doctor, who said his cork had spread, causing all of his bones, every other organ that hadn't been turned, and there was probably going to be some other effects, but they didn't know. Yep. So we're time skipping. And during this time skip, he has been training himself, because he no longer, it's going to be a lot harder to kill him. I mean, yeah, he can still die from old age or being burned, but, like, he's not going to die from blood loss or organ failure or knife wounds, bullets. They're going to have no effect on him. Also, his hair has turned to thread, because Sally's hair is thread, so he's going to have thread hair like Sally does. So we're skipping this, and when he starts middle school, it's all the same as canon, except he has taken a liking to the roof, and he eats up there like every day. He goes up there and waits for the bullies to leave. You get the idea. One day, while waiting for the school to clear so he can leave, he sees a boy with black, down, weird spike hair. If you don't know who this is, it's Kirishima. Because, yes, Kirishima's hair was black, and he was depressed because he blames himself for his dad to death, and he was considered an outcast from society because his cork is weird. Yeah, I hate this society, don't you? Anywho, he sees the kid walking towards the edge. Seeing this, he immediately runs up behind him and tugs him from behind. Now, the boy was taken aback doing this, because doing this, Deku not only gave him a hug, but took a strong grip, stopping the boy in his tracks, because he's been training, so he's strong enough. The boy, being caught off guard by this, slightly hugs back and asks, with tears in his eyes, "Why did you stop me?" Deku says, "Because if you do this, you're going to break your parents' hearts. Or at least disappoint them. And you're going to make the bullies hate themselves even more than they already do. The only reason they're looking down on you is because they look down upon themselves. And there's probably some reasons why you don't like yourself, I know, but we all go through our own struggles. And people are going to see you commit suicide, and they're going to think, wow, that actually worked, and they're going to try it. You need to set a good example." Then the boy says, "My parents won't be disappointed in me. They'll be happy that I committed suicide, because I'm the reason my dad died." And Deku says, "I'm going to bet that's wrong, but please tell me what you mean by that." In a really gentle way with his bright smile, because it's a Deku we're talking about. He still has that smile. So Kirishima explains, and he says, "Okay, well, this is getting kind of awkward, not knowing your name. What's your name?" He said, "Kirishima." I'm forgetting Kirishima's last name. Kirishima something. Then Deku explains why it's not his fault and that his dad willingly gave his life knowing full well why he did it, and that Kirishima should become a hero to prevent other people from going through the same pain he did, and to make sure that other parents don't have to make that sacrifice for their kids, and that he should take advantage of, be happy about he should take that incident into mind and use it as his strength, not his weakness. Then they continue talking, and doing this, he had to get Kirishima's confidence, trust, and belief. So Deku explained how he's been deemed a Deku, a ragdoll, how everyone hates him, except his mom. And Kirishima's mom is the same, and that if they committed suicide, their moms would be extremely disappointed in them, and blah blah. And Kirishima immediately said, how about this, we make a deal, neither of us will commit suicide, and we'll try to do our best for the society. Because you're a good person, you're literally stopping me from doing this, you did this, this, this. And yeah, they talk about why their quirks aren't worthless, and that. Then from then on, he would always stay on the roof for lunch and after school, his new goal to save people from themselves. He did so and gained popularity. He added a back room to the house. This room having a nice blue paint to it, a quilt on the wall, and a chair, a table, and another chair. The chairs facing each other, and swing in the corner. It's a really nice but small room. You get the idea. Soon, he was known throughout the town as Ragdoll the Therapist. Yes, he goes by Ragdoll. Because, I mean, why wouldn't he? And then his patients knew him as Deku. So we are skipping to the end of the year after school finished. Deku is on the roof when, bang, Bakugo walks in. And he's still upset because he hasn't gone to be up as Deku as much as he wants to, because he only gets to be him up every here and there, but since he's always hiding at the rooftop. So this is where you're hiding. You have been hiding, Deku, as he goes coring him with his goons, because we all know that Deku has his goons with him all the time. Corner him, he can't go back further because of the edge. Dun dun dun! I'm leaving you off here. This is where I'm leaving you. Good luck. Bye.